It's live. I think, guys, we are live.
Lunch with Leah, Season 2, Episode 6.
Take 2.
Take 17.
Live! It's Lunch with Leah. This is Saturday Night Live. It's Wednesday Live. Oh my God! So we thought we had all these technical difficulties. We're blaming the building, and we're blaming the phone company, and we're going through our phones, these cheap phones. It turns out all of Facebook was down, and apparently people are tweeting about it. Here's one that's a good one from Syed. Everyone is running back to Twitter as if Twitter was their ex and Facebook just cheated on them. Hashtag Facebook down. Here's another Facebook down hashtag. Where am I supposed to get my Russian propaganda now? Hurry up, head to Jill Stein's Twitter feed. Says Steve Carmel. That's a funny one. Damn, Facebook down. Right now there are millions of people trying to awkwardly avoid looking at other people on their lunch break. That's from Ian Prince. People are so clever. I love clever people. Now, oh God, this is where all it was down. See all the yellow spots, right?
The heat map.
Yeah, of course it had to be us. Well,
I'm thinking it was like a coerced effort, maybe.
Yeah, well,
global.
now that they're saying that maybe that there was some hacking or whatever going on, and it was on purpose done by some not so friendly outside element. Meanwhile, I hear Trump is tweeting about we're just going to have to get the FCC to pull the license of NBC because they're not telling the truth. It's fake news. It's like, here's the first step of a dictator: get control of the news, shut down the news, get her like a state-sponsored news. No, Republicans need to reel him in. Maybe he shut down Facebook because he knew I was going to be talking about him. So the sad news, we're still into, oh my God, 16 or 17 days after the hurricane. Look at the ads people are running like in the Business Monday, waiting for power. Days after the hurricane successes became failures. And then here's this guy right here, like a skeleton laying on the thing. Because there's 47 people dead in Puerto Rico, of which all of them were after the storm, the care they didn't get after the storm, or the water they didn't get after the storm, or the medical supplies they didn't get, and still aren't getting. Here's a picture of Puerto Rico still. And I don't understand why the Army Corps of Engineers does not just send in the tanks and send in the helicopters and just drop ship medicine and water and food and protein powder and protein bars to these people that have nothing. It just breaks my heart. So we're trying to do our small amount. We're going to sell tents. We've sold 75. That's 20 coming from me and another 55. And how do they find out about that?
Well, we're going to post it on social media.
We're going to post it on social media, on all my social media.
And we'll be following up.
And then if you're really interested and you don't see the post, you can always email us at hello@leahblack.com. But the tents are $20 for one person, $40 sleeps like 4, $80 sleeps a family of 6. They had Deborah bought 10 at $150 that pop up and have a front porch on them and with mats on the bottom. And we're buying, I think, 20 or something. But I mean, it's a small amount. We're going to give them over to Global Mission, our friend Michael Capone, that has a warehouse here, and they're actually getting the things lifted up and put into the truck, into the planes, and delivered over there, and they have people on the ground there to get them into the interior. He shipped millions of loads of supplies to Haiti when they were devastated, and so he's got a system in place, and he's doing it now, and a lot of people are helping and donating planes. I think Bethany was over there helping some, and we're going to try to help, and everybody's going to do their own thing. So, pretty girls, stop looking in the mirror and get over and get your buns to work. Another sad news, California fires. Apparently 17 people dead. One woman reports a story where she and her husband she smells something, looks out the window, the wind is 40 miles an hour, it's coming at them, they run out the door, burn their feet, don't even have shoes, and fortunately some car came by, a rescue person, and picked them up and got them out of there, and they lost everything.
Horrible.
2,000 houses or structures down, roads are horrible, and not all the areas had time to evacuate, and I mean, it's just very, very sad. Very sad. If you live in those type of areas, always have an evacuation plan. I always have a few things in my car. What I need to do in my neighborhood now is find out the best way to navigate to get out of a situation. But it's just terrible. And better news, here's a hero for you. He's cute. I forgot. I wish I would have looked up his name. I did, and I didn't write it down. He's an ex-veteran. He was in one or two or more of the wars. And when he happened to be at the concert in Las Vegas when the shooting started, so rather than run like everybody else, the first thing he thought of is, I need transportation to get these injured people to the hospital, and he said, I'm just going to steal a truck. And he and his buddy went looking for trucks. The first one they looked in, the keys were in the front seat. He grabs the truck, he goes and loads it up with like 10 or 12 or 13 people the first time, takes that load to the hospital and goes back and does it again. So he was running into the bullets to get these people rather than running out. He's a hero. Exactly. And this car dealership, truck dealership in in Phoenix heard about it, and they're giving him a free truck of his choice. Isn't that great? An Army vet. And then he's going to sell his truck and donate the money to the victims. So, that's such a good thing. And he is so cute. Yeah. He's to shave his chest and that hair off his face because he's really pretty, but that hair is a distraction.
Got a lot of Texas in the house. People are saying hi from Dallas and Houston.
Yeah, Texas. I'll be in Texas this weekend. My son wants to go to the Texas Fair and Rodeo.
And Jason Hill said, say a little prayer for his sister. She's battling cancer at the Anderson Cancer Center in Houston.
Who said that?
His name's Jason Hill.
Oh, Jason. She's at MD Anderson. She's in the best possible place she can be. Oh, bless her heart. Kids are very resilient, and if she's in that good of a place with that good of care, she's going to be okay. I'm sorry, Jason. It's very hard. Here's another story for you. Mogul, founder or creator of Miramax and Weinstein Productions. They've got one masterful after the other. Movie, Oscar, 30-something Oscars, all the actresses act. Everybody that's anybody in Hollywood knows who this guy is. And then there were people who were complaining that... the liberal elite, they're not condemning this harassing of women. Like, where are they? Why aren't they coming out? Well, everybody's come out. Hillary came out against him. Obama came out against him. Ben Affleck came out against him. And then a lot of these women came out and told their stories, from Gwyneth Paltrow, Angelina Jolie, Rosanna Arquette, George Clooney, Kate Winslet. So that is just not true. They are coming out against him. That's the difference in the quote liberal elites and the Democrats. When someone's wrong, they're wrong. It doesn't matter if they're Democrat or not, and they hold them to account. Unlike the Republicans that go grab her and put him in the White House. Anyway, I know some of the people he added to his legal team. He's got a good legal team. I recognize some of these names of people we know. Oh, and here's his beautiful wife. Her name is Georgina Chapman, and she is a big designer for Marchese, which is a really extraordinary, first-class, chic, elegant couture type line. Why is she with him anyway? He's so icky and ugly. Have you noticed all these predators? They're icky and ugly, like Bill Cosby, Trump, this guy. They're never good looking. I wouldn't want to shake their hand, to be honest. My heart breaks for all the women who have suffered tremendous pain because of these unforgivable actions, his wife said. She's separating from the film mogul after multiple women have come forward about his conduct, and they have 2 small children together, and I hear he's now somewhere across the pond in some sex rehab thing or whatever. Everybody goes sex rehab.
Yeah.
Let's start a sex rehab clinic. Seems like it's a profit center to me.
Oh my God.
I mean, here, what do? Put a girl up there nude and see if they can resist themselves?
It's like that therapy they try to get to fix us.
Conversion therapy for the gays. Mike Pence, conversion therapy for the gays. By the way, I didn't see the picture I printed. I sent out a Frankie Grande saying I'm proud and today is coming out day. I had the picture here somehow. I don't know how we didn't get it. Let's see if I find it. But anyway, Frankie posted, Frankie Grande, our fabulous friend, that today is, I guess, coming out day. So if you're inclined to be gay, be gay. Today's the day. So one time I said to my son, RJ, do you have a girlfriend? He's 16. He goes, Mom, I don't have a girlfriend. I go, well, do you have a boyfriend? He goes, Mom, I'm not gay. And he goes, just because all your friends are gay doesn't mean I'm gay. And I'm like, okay, I was just asking. So I mentioned that one day on Lance Bass's radio show. And he goes, you know, I wish my mom would have said that to me one day. My life would have been so much easier if at 15 years old my mom said, are you gay? I don't know. I mean, I don't even know any different. I think my son says, I don't think you have any straight friends, Mom. I'm like, I may have a few.
One of my friends sat his parents down and told him he had a brain tumor, and they went, oh! And then he was like, no, I'm just gay.
And they probably said, we prefer the brain tumor. No, I'm kidding. And then, what's her name again? I forgot it.
Emma Thompson.
Emma Thomas
and Thompson.
And Anthony Hopkins. He was in that movie Fracture that Roy edited and helped work on the script.
Westworld.
And we met him and saw him. But he was doing the filming of Fracture. We went there.
That was brilliant.
And anyway, he's brilliant. But they are coming out with on Amazon, BBC 2, King Lear. That's going to be fabulous. Fabulous.
Oh, wow.
So before we get into politics, and I'm only going to hit it for a second because I don't want to bore anybody that's not interested. However, 68% of people now dislike Trump. 23% think he's honest. Only 23% of the people think he's honest. He's told 1,700 lies since he's gotten in office, which is an average of 5 a day. Statistics show.
Yeah, that's low.
And only 16% of Americans think he's level-headed. Apparently, his own Secretary of State called him a moron when he wanted to build up the nuclear arsenal. Why does anyone want to build up a nuclear arsenal? One nuke is one nuke too many. We need to be getting rid of everybody's nuclear arsenals. So we build ours up, and now everybody goes, well, we've got to build ours up. And then they, well, we've got to build ours up. So, of course, it's going to escalate. Stop. We've been 40 years trying to get rid of these nuclear weapons, and now you're going to start it up again? Maybe he is a moron. Just asking, just saying, allegedly.
They showed him a chart of the decline since the 60s, and he went, I want to be back there.
Yeah, I want to be right back. Oh, he remember the campaign? He said, what's the point of having nuclear weapons if you can't use them? Well, that's what I say about my diamonds. That's not what I say about nuclear weapons. Apparently, there's been hacking in 21 states. So maybe there was a lot more than just fake news propaganda by Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and mail pieces and the like. Perhaps 21 of these states that were hacked, there was some tampering with the actual voting machines. Oh, that's terrible. And better news, Saudi Arabia women can now drive, just pointing out.
Yeah, the cars drive themselves.
Yeah. Now that cars finally drive themselves, the Saudis can drive. The women. Reminds me of that Sex in the City where Amanda got in trouble for having sex on the beach, remember? And now they want to have a Sex in the City 3, I guess it is, and she doesn't want to do it. So they put all these fake rumors out about her, that she was a diva and she was demanding all this money and she's demanding this and demanding that. She was being difficult. So finally she didn't say anything. And finally she came out and she said, I'm not demanding anything. I told them after the second movie I wasn't going to do movie 3. And she said, one, I'm 60-something years old. I have a new life. I'm living part-time out of the country, part-time in Canada. And I just don't want to do it anymore. And the other thing she said is, the girls all just kind of ostracized her, and that she was on an island on her own, and she would go and smile and look great on the camera and then walk off, and they'd be all doing their thing and staying in the same house, and she would be in another house, and they didn't like her. And so she's like, well, they don't like me, but now that they have an opportunity to make another film and all make a bunch of money, which she says is very inequitable, that, the money's not distributed equitably, that they want to pretend that they're friends. And she's like, yeah, I'm done with it. So whatever, we like you. You were the sexiest one. I think that's why they didn't like her. She was so sexy. She did steal every scene.
She did.
She really
she
did.
was fine.
When she came in, the room just lit up. And she has the sex appeal. The other girls had one thing or another, but none of them had that real sex appeal like she did. She was bombshell and still is. Oh, now back to Puerto Rico. Remember when your president said that the people in Puerto Rico wanted everything handed to them, that they just expected everyone to do everything for them, and that they need to get themselves together and have some leadership down there and do some things for themselves. Yeah, right. Okay, we don't have shoes, we don't have water, we don't have food, and we don't have a bed. Well, what are we going to do for ourselves? Go bury our poop in the sand? So, anyway, then this picture came out of him in Mar-a-Lago with his wife, Melania. Now, does this look like somebody that has everything done for him. Let's see, there's 100 people at work there. So this one probably makes the breakfast. This one brings the tea. This one brings the coffee. This one washes the socks. This one, wipes the sweat off his forehead when he's sweating. Not from lying, because that doesn't bother him. This one cranks up the golf course. I mean, talk about having somebody do everything for you. Kettle, call pot, or however it goes.
Pot, call, kettle.
Anyway, pot, call, kettle, well.
And where do you do this?
Airhead, call moron. No. And then the ex-wife comes out. The ex-wife, Ivana, who I know. I actually like her. She's kind of interesting. She's very, very close friends with a really good friend of mine. So I kind of keep up with her over the years. But and then there's Melania. So she's doing an interview for her book that she wrote about raising Trumps. Well, who'd want credit for that? That they go out and slaughter those animals and throw them over their shoulder. And apparently they've been investigated for fraud in New York, and they gave a donation of Anna and Junior, and they got the charges dropped. So I don't know that it takes so much pride in that, but whatever. I mean, they do look good. They look good. But anyway, so she comes out touting her book and says something about, well, I'll show you the picture. She says, I'm really the first lady. This got mixed up because we thought we had a thing going and the show didn't work. The film didn't work, the Facebook didn't work. Because I'm basically first Trump wife, I'm first lady, okay? That's her. She needs to get rid of some of that filler, by the way. She's becoming the Pillsbury Doughboy. But anyway, so Melania, instead of just laughing it off and saying, oh my God, how silly, or okay, let her be the first lady, who cares, or wasn't that funny, or saying nothing at all, she's got thinner skin than, the other one. So she comes out with this big official statement. Oh, Mrs. Trump has made the White House a home for Barron and the president, Grisham said in the statement released Monday afternoon on behalf of Melania Trump. She loves living in Washington, D.C. because she said in the interview, who would want to live in Washington, and is honored by her role as First Lady of the United States. Really? Where is she? She plans to use her title and her role to help children, not sell books. When you plagiarize and you really can't speak English, not that easy to write and sell books, by the way. Just saying, my opinion. Allegedly. There is clearly no substance to the statement from an ex. Unfortunately, only attention-seeking and self-serving noise. Oh, so she got her panties all wadded up in a knot. Well, at least she has panties because she's not taking them off for anybody we know. Allegedly, my opinion. Anyway, so then they did this little thing about, I did my research. It says why she would come and lash out, at Melania would lash out the ex-wife, because the only other time there was an ex-wife married to someone that was in the White House was when Ronald Reagan had divorced Jane Wyman, and they had the two adopted kids together. When Nancy Reagan was in the White House, Jane Wyman never said a word, never did an interview, never talked to anybody, never commented on anything. So after he was out of the office, they asked her, why is it you are just so radio silent? They were divorced in 1948. Wow, can you believe that? Old school's gone. Old Hollywood's gone. Old class is gone.
Madness.
Class, manners, pride, elegance, fabulous.
Chivalry.
They were all fabulous. Now they're grabbing what. Yep. Wyman revealed in a 1968 interview for her reason for keeping quiet about Ronald Reagan, who was by then married to future First Lady Nancy Reagan. It wasn't because she was bitter or disagreed with him politically, she said. It's bad taste to talk about ex-husbands and ex-wives. That's all. Pure class.
Perfect class.
Pure class.
Class.
On the other hand, the ex-wife Ivana, what does she have to say in her interview? I would straighten up that White House in 14 days. Absolutely. I can give a speech for 45 minutes without a teleprompter. Absolutely. I can read a contract. I can negotiate. I can entertain. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
But I would not really like to be there. I like my freedom, Ivana Trump said, in what could be perceived as a dig against Melania. Oh, I think it's hilarious. I'd say, honey, come on, give me speech. Anyway, so she was just promoting her book. She says she has a direct line to the White House, which is a call because she doesn't want to make anybody jealous. And because I'm basically first Trump wife, okay? I first lady, she says. Anyway, so then she goes, well, it must be horrible to have to be in Washington. She says, if the first lady, better her than me. I would just hate Washington. And blah, blah, blah. Anyway, go on with that.
People love your look today. They're talking about your I think they mean your scarf, but
My
they said
scarf?
your
And
shirt.
they wanted to know if
They
you
wanted to know-
Halloween theme because of the
Oh,
orange.
my Halloween?
It's not orange, it's coral.
Oh no, my Halloween theme, I want to dress up as a football player and go around and kneel. That's going to be my costume. Anyway, blah. Oh, but then she says, so Ivana says about Marla Maples, wife number 2.
Oh, God.
So we have a president in the White House that has 5 kids by 3 different wives. And they're the family values family. And they make fun of the Obamas who been married all those years with 2 kids. And then they're the family values standard bearer. But she says the second wife was a showgirl. And she said, she was nothing. She never accomplished anything, and she never did anything, and she was a nothing. At least the other one's a first lady.
Wow.
All these shenanigans and this reality TV and all this stuff has gotten Mr. Alleged moron up to 32% in popularity these days. Now let's see if I missed. Oh, then before we get to that. Now, did you guys see Eminem last night? Oh my God, he performed at some big award show, and he put out this big rap. He's a rap, it's a rapping thing.
BET Award.
So BET Award. So I saw the clip of it. You got to go to YouTube and watch it. It's brilliant. I do think he stepped over the line a little bit. I think it's a little unbecoming to be that publicly nasty towards a world leader. On the other hand, I think the content may not have been that far off base. These are some of the things he rapped about, allegedly. A kamikaze that will probably cause a nuclear holocaust. And then he's rapping some more. And then he goes, referring to Little Rocket Man. Trump, when it comes to giving your SSS, I guess as you're as stingy as I am. And then he goes, racism's the only thing he's fantastic for, because that's how he gets his rock off. He's orange. Another line in his rap was, because he cannot withstand the fact that we are not afraid of Trump. And then he gives the full verse in each one of these, but all these horrible tragedies, and he's bored, and he would rather cause a Twitter storm, and who's going to pay for his extravagant trips, and he tormented Hillary for the same stuff he's doing now, and he slandered her, and now he's doing more, and this is a racist 94-year-old grandpa. To him, you're a zero because he don't like his war heroes captured, and and then he says that this is for Colin Kaepernick, ball up and a fist in the air and keep that ball up, blah, blah. The rest of America, stand up. We love our military. We love our country. It's really, the rap, though, honestly, from a creative, critical, I would say artist point of view, I think he's going to be highly acclaimed. From was it a really proper and elegant presentation? Well, it wasn't Barbra Streisand singing with a rose in her hands, about loving all the people.
Nicola wanted to know why you're not rapping it.
Why shouldn't I rap it? Listen, I don't know that I could ever be a rapper. Jimmy Poulos is a good rapper, though. I'll give it to her. And then, King James, who played here, and everyone criticized him when he left and went back to Cleveland. I didn't. I praised him for that. He came here. He won us a worldwide, or national championship 2 or 3 times. Then he goes back to Cleveland to help them win one. And that's where he's from, and those are his roots, and he honored his commitment, and everyone should be happy to spread it around a little bit. I never criticized him for that. I thought it was an honorable thing to do, so I'm a fan of his. But anyway, here's what he has a t-shirt. We march, y'all mad. We sit down, y'all mad. We speak up, y'all mad. We die, y'all silent. I love it. It's fabulous, isn't it? And I saw you can buy these t-shirts online somewhere. I don't know where. Let's see.
Today the NFL came out and told all of the teams that they want everyone to stand up, and if you don't want to stand up, you can stay in the locker room.
Good. So let's see how many stand in the locker room. That's what that'll be the question. By the way, when the president starts telling businesses how to run their business, that's another point of a dictatorship. And by the way, it's not about the flag; it's about racial inequality. And then the vice president pulls that big old stunt and costs hundreds of thousands of dollars. He knew he wasn't gonna stay because he told the press corps to stay in the car because he was just going to go in and make a statement and leave. So he flies all the way from Las Vegas to go there and make that 30-second statement full of himself, lapdog, and come back. Yep, did I do good, Daddy? Did I do good? And his wife, of course, had to be with him because there were women in the stadium, and there may have been
they were drinking,
and there may be some gay people there, and they probably had a beer. Oh my God! So this is the meme that came out about. Eminem. I'm officially Eminem's little bitch as of October 2017. I think that's so funny. I think they're all funny. I love creative people. Meanwhile, the Corker says that he gets a nasty tweet from Trump because he commented on some things he didn't like, which is his responsibility as a U.S. senator. He leads the Finance Committee and he leads the Foreign Relations Committee. So everything Trump's trying to do, which is nuke North Korea and cut the taxes for the billionaires, this guy's the head of those committees. So why he attacked him is just stupid in of itself. Maybe he is a moron. Just saying. But anyway, so after his nasty tweets, Corker, the respectable, honorable, middle-of-the-road, moderate Republican from Tennessee that ran against Harold Ford and barely won. We supported Harold Ford, but I like Corker. If he were president right now, I'd sleep at night. He sends out a tweet and says, well, it's unfortunate the White House needs an adult babysitting place and that someone missed their morning shift, meaning someone wasn't monitoring him before he tweeted. So Tillerson's calling him a moron and Corker's saying he needs adult babysitting.
Kenny Cross said, you had it right, U.S. Senator.
Oh, yes, you know what? That was a Freudian slip, but I caught it too. You're a good girl, you're listening. And then another thing that I was going to tell you what I forgot about. There was something else I was going to tell you about him, but anyway, it just goes on and on. Okay, back to let's get off the politics as much as I could talk about it 24/7. I am obsessed. Oh, it was one more thing he did that I can't remember. Anyway, so remember I tell you guys don't get these damn tattoos. Well, here you go. Another one gets a tattoo, and it turns out, I don't know if he was having it lasered off or whatever, but there's a tumor under it.
Oh no!
Did it cause a tumor? Did they find the tumor because they did the tattoo? I don't know, but I'm just saying, think about that, whatever. And then I want to say, Tom Petty, rest in peace. He was so fabulous.
Yeah.
Wasn't he? He was really a great guy. And he just died so
Tom Petty and the
unexpectedly.
Heartbreakers.
Yeah, and he was young.
Yep.
He had some major hits. The one guy, the singer that was at the Las Vegas concert where the slaughtering went on, he sang "Don't Back Down." It's Saturday Night Live. It was beautiful. He made a little talk about his experience with Vegas, and then he started singing "Don't Back Down" by Tom Petty. It was really good. In other low-hanging fruit news, NeNe Leakes. She wants to be a stand-up and have her stand-up routine. So she's got 3 or 4 comedians that go on the stage together. And she was telling, this is what the article says. She was telling a story, but it was in San Francisco, and the Oakland people weren't having it. And she wasn't funny at all. She's like a drag queen. She kept saying bitch and popping her tongue. And she was booed off the stage. And she was in the middle of telling a joke or a story about Uber, and when she started getting booed off the stage, she says to this whoever's booing, I guess, I hope you get raped by the Uber driver.
Oh God.
Well, that didn't sit well with the crowd, and it didn't sit well with the public, and amongst all the sexual harassing, oh my God, it was not a good thing to say. And so I don't know what's going to happen about that.
She's since posted like an apology.
I know, she did post an apology. She did.
But
the cat's out of the bag. Remember that guy from Seinfeld, the funny one, the tall one with the crazy
Larry.
hair? No, the crazy hair.
Yes,
was his name Larry?
The actor was Larry.
Anyway, so he went on a rampage one night at a comedy club. No, not him. So he was at a comedy club, and he goes off. Some black person was heckling him, and he goes off on black people, and he went crazy, and it was on tape.
He used the N-word in a joke.
Yeah, he used it.
Went out
and then the guys went crazy on him, and it was on videotape, and he went off on black people. He never recovered.
No, he never recovered.
How come Trump's the only one that recovers?
He played Kramer,
Kramer, yeah. Anyway, but why does Trump always recover? I mean, he just grabs all that stuff because he's a star and everybody, Republicans vote him in office. I think they got a lot of hypocrisy going on when you complain that the Democrats and the liberal elites aren't condemning Harvey Weinstein when every major A-list celebrity has come out with a statement and all politicians are coming out with statements condemning him. Well, we didn't elect him president, Republicans.
Cheap entertainment.
It was cheap entertainment.
That's what he said, Trump.
It's a reality show. He thinks he's on a reality show. He's always leaving you hanging for the next. What's going to happen next? Am I going to bomb somebody, or am I just going to shut down NBC, or am I going to build a wall with your money that Mexico's going to pay for? Yeah, or destroy the NFL. So apparently, another one, Kim Zolciak's daughter goes to a party. I think they were filming at NeNe Leak's new house, which apparently is lovely. Goes in the bathroom. The mirror at the top, I guess, either wasn't there or it had like fog on it. But for some reason, she gets down low on the floor to look in the mirror. Girl, quit looking in the mirror. Let's start there. But anyway, I mean enough. But anyway, so when she's looking in the mirror, she noticed a cockroach or cockroaches. I don't know, plural or singular, whatever. And so she thinks it's funny, takes a picture. Well, 21-year-old kids, they're silly like that. I mean, honestly, I think it was just stupid, but she thought it was funny. And she took the picture. So she posts the picture. Hey, little black, are you restless? So listen to how NeNe replies. She posted this. And it's had almost 500,000 views. Listen, NeNe Leaks at Be Real Bierman. We don't have roaches. If you found one, you brought it with you, or it fell out of your funky P-U-S-S-Y. The most popular word in American culture today, thanks to the moron president. Please know I will get you all the way together when you start fucking with me and mine. She's talking that hip stuff. Go somewhere and let the air out of those fake lips, fake titties, and fake ass, because you will never be Kylie Jenner. Oh my God! Yo, trashy mama should have taught you better. My home is brand new, and you guys were so jealous of it. You couldn't even give me a compliment. You had to stoop so low and be so disgusting. And then she hashtags, racist trash, jealous, KKK, thirsty. You better run your ass back to a child's place. You want to act grown? Oh my God, because of a cockroach?
Oh my God.
Kenny Cross says, well, look where her son is. Great parenting.
And here's Brillman on the floor taking the picture of the little cockroach. I found a cockroach in my house the other day. I just threw it in the toilet. I was just glad the little dog didn't eat it and poop it. I mean what's the big deal?
It was a Housewives filming. I'm surprised that they didn't come.
Oh, well, what was the point of that? Anyway, so here she is, and here's Kim and her little angel daughter, Brielle, who is really there. She's a pretty girl. I hope she doesn't start doing all that stuff to her face.
No, she already is.
I don't want that. Anyway, so Kim Zolciak, speaking of, was supposed to be on Andy Radio yesterday as a guest on one of the shows, and she didn't show. Just didn't show. So was she caught in traffic?
Aren't they filming right now?
I don't know if they're filming now.
Yeah,
They are. So she didn't go on the show. I guess she was supposed to go on to promote it, talk about her stuff, whatever. And so meanwhile, she just doesn't show. Nobody knows why yet. So I don't know. Was she kidnapped for ransom? Her husband's probably saying, keep her if you can afford her. And or did she get stuck in traffic? Or was she mad and just didn't want to go? Or did she oversleep? Or did she not want to talk about the NeNe thing? Anyway, girl just show up and then say, I'm not talking about that. And that's next. But you can't stand up a host like that. I mean, you could stand me up if I was a host, because I can carry my conversation without anybody. I wouldn't need to. I would have just pretended I was you and asked you questions and answered for you. So anyway, apparently Kim went to Marty Singer's office. And Marty Singer in LA is known as like a bulldog. I mean, he goes after people. He blasts them. He sends nasty letters. He makes them hire tons of lawyers. He threatens them. He's like your biggest nightmare. You don't be the other end of him. So she hires someone in his office, probably so they can use his letterhead to make it more intimidating. And she apparently says that she's going to go after NeNe for calling her a racist. Allegedly. I don't know.
They could live TV.
Yeah, that'll be good TV if it comes on. So now back to some Housewives stuff.
Kim's show's on Friday nights.
Oh, Kim's show, Tardy to the Parties, on Friday nights. Yeah. I think they're a cute family.
It's
I like
cute. They're showing back-to-back episodes each week.
Oh, yeah, they are. It was cute.
Yeah.
So anyway, apparently, I guess maybe she's really... Remember, why are you surprised she didn't show up at the radio station? Remember, when she went off of the Housewives, she just took her mic off one day and walked out.
Yep.
And never went back.
While they were taping.
While they were filming. So,
maybe
I don't know why we would be surprised that she didn't show up for the radio show, because thinking back,
it was weird
she
though,
just walked
because
out.
someone kept calling and saying we'll be there 10 or we'll be there 15.
Oh, they did?
Because Amy kept saying, they just called, they're going to be there, and they were like playing her music.
Maybe they were lost.
And then finally she came in and said she's not showing up.
They were playing her auto tunes.
Yeah. People were Googling her.
That was a little shade. I like her, so there. She came to our event one time. She was going to sing Tardy to the Party at the charity, but then she got stage fright and wouldn't get on the stage and stood by the stage and kind of lip synced it to the DJ. Oh God, that was a disaster. But we made lemon out of lemonades. Oh, the Housewives annual. What do they call
the Real Housewives Awards?
The awards. The new girl, the best new girl, Monique from Potomac, which I haven't watched yet.
No.
Most likely to succeed in reading, in other words, telling someone off or reading them. Dorinda from New York. I agree with that one. I agree with that one. Clip. I know, I agree with that one. Oh my God, remember when she off to Sonia? Well, close your legs.
You got an easy pass?
You got an easy pass to the freeway or whatever. I mean, she was on a roll that night. She's the only one I know that can bitch at everybody, yell at everybody, tell everybody off, and then they just go hug her and love her. It's definitely a skill set she's got. She's to be fun. Most likely to live in a mansion, Shannon Bedore from Orange County, best style. Erica Girardi from the Housewives. I would say that's best style for showmanship, celebrity, plays, but not everyday style. Everyday style, they should have had an everyday style, and then whatever. But she deserves it for that. She's great. She's been. You're right. She is stylish when she dresses down. It's always over the top, but she has a really good team together. She does always look camera ready.
Yeah.
Remember, I had that camera ready trademark for my cosmetics one time, and I let it expire. Prom king and queen, Melissa and Joe Gorga. Okay, from New Jersey. Most athletic, Tamara Judge. She does have that gym. Best friends, Ramona Singer and Sonia. Well, of course, that's a no-brainer. I love Sonia. I think she's so funny and so cute. She's got a good heart. Most likely to never age, Cynthia Bailey. I would agree with that, from Atlanta. Class comedian, Sonia Morgan. I agree. She, to me, is just like when Barbara Streisand was in Funny Girl. She's just hilarious without even trying to be. She's just hilarious. Most likely to surprise everyone at the reunion, Kim Richards. And that was because, Jason, you told me, I forgot. Oh, because she brought out that...
The teddy bear.
The bunny.
The bunny. She had been
the
given a
reunion.
gift for the baby, and then she got in the fight with the girl and Lisa Rinna, and then she didn't want the gift, and she brings it to the reunion and gives it back.
It was so
it was just so crazy.
Oh, God, it was weird.
It was strange.
It was freaky.
I love Lisa Rinna, too. I think she's so good
amazing.
for the show.
Yeah.
And she loves our Sudden Youth skincare. That's leahblack.com, Sudden Youth.
She has great stuff on HSN, too.
She has a great HSN line, too. Good for her. She's a hard-working, good girl. Now, let's talk about Orange County. Well, I am just over the religious and the praying and wearing that religion on your shoulder every time something goes wrong. Well, let's pray about it. I'm getting my balls cut off. Well, let's pray about it. Well, I've got to go fight with somebody. Well, let's go in the bathroom and pray about it. Girl, people that religious don't pray like that all the time. They go and quietly shut their eyes and pray. I mean, that's getting old. And then the Vicky and Tamara fight. Tamara's mad at Vicky because she spread a rumor, or brought up a rumor that Eddie was gay. And Vicky's mad at Tamara because Tamara thinks that she made up the story or was involved in the cancer lie with Brooks. And I still, up to this day, think she turned a blind eye. I don't really think she was in on that, but she maybe let it go too far, turned a blind eye, whatever. So they're going to sit down and have a powwow. Within 30 seconds, Tamara walks out.
Oh, God.
I would have been furious if I were the producers. They should have hashed it out. We're all sitting there waiting for the fight, and then, I'm just not going to talk to you anymore. What's up? Okay. That was over. Yeah. And then the new girl's got a cancer thing going. Thank God. They tried to turn it into the Brooks thing, too. Do you have cancer? Do you not have cancer? Well, what about the 3 millimeters? Well, what about the bronchitis? Somebody doesn't have cancer. Okay, fine. bless you. I hope you get over it. Next, I mean, my God, can they make something out of nothing? Oh my God, they're going to have it metastasizing with that gossip. And then the worst part of the show for me, and the worst part of all the shows I think I've seen so far, was Vicky getting that colonic on television. I'm sorry. That is so disgusting. And then she's laying there talking about, we'll have a hug out in the bathroom, and this one and that one. I'm just like, oh, and then the other girl watching, who could not
but
pay
she
me.
just done hers, and then they did that on Atlanta too. Phaedra and Portia did it.
I'm sorry. Go get a colonic. You don't need to put it on TV. You know what will people do?
We all know they're full of shit.
Yeah.
Vicky needed an hour and a half.
I didn't. And then I just thought this was just a lovely little thing of people coming together. There's a little town outside in France, outside of Paris in the country, where the wolves are going and attacking and eating and killing the animals that they're used for food for the community, which, I don't like that to begin with, but in any event. And so they herd all the sheep together and put up a little blockade so the wolves can't get to the animals to kill them, so the community has their little food. I look at it like they're saving the animals. Now they need to put a blockade against the butchers.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what they need to do. But isn't that sweet?
Anne was asking about your book. She wants to know about your book.
Red Carpets and White Lies. It's available on Amazon. It's available on leahblack.com. If you buy it through us or our website, hello@leahblack.com, I'll sign it and personalize it for you. And I think they're like $19 or $25. They were $25. I think they've been marked down to $19. Anyway, it's fun. It's just a fun, gossipy beach read, based on compositions of people, and everyone in Miami's buzzing about who is that and who is that and who is that. And a lot of people think they know. But mum's the word, just like Al Capone. No, what was his name? Capote. What was his name, the writer? Truman Capote said, oh, they're mad if they're in your book, and they're mad if they're not. At least they're talking about it.
Names have been changed to protect the chemically imbalanced.
That's right. Just like if Trump comes on television, viewer discretion advised.
Yes, exactly.
So my quote of the week, I always have my quotes. I can deal with a lot of things. I can't deal with stupid. I care about a lot of things. What other people think about me isn't one of them. I have my little quotes. Well, here's my quote of this week. They say when life brings you lemons, make lemonade. I say when life brings you lemon, think about who you were in the matter that brought you lemons in the first place.
Very good.
There you go. We have a bunch of questions. I don't know that we have time. Are we running over? We're running over.
A little bit.
We'll save our questions for next week. Let's see. Did you go to Joanna Krupa's sister's wedding? Nope, wasn't invited. I think it was a family affair. And they're lovely. I think Marta's adorable. Congratulations. She married that race car driver. I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. I would not be able to handle that. Get on a race car 200 miles an hour around that track every day. No. And Elio Casanovas is a good friend of ours, and I don't know how he does it. Anyway. Whatever. Do I think that Kim's racist? No. Does anyone think she is? No. Does NeNe think she is? No. She just starts stirring it up. Is my book still available? We just got it. Okay, so we'll save questions for later because we're out of time. We have gone over. We are so interesting, so fascinating, so fabulous, and we've got all the tea, all the scoop, all the gossip, and the best opinions and most accurate reporting. NBC will not be on the air. If they go off the air, I will take over the network for the most accurate reporting. And you guys tune in next week, noon, Facebook Live, noon Eastern Time. I apologize about today, but it wasn't our fault that Facebook was down. And let's wondering whose fault it was. What?
And the Puerto Rico link
we'll
put on the Facebook page.
We're going to put on our Facebook page, and you can go to hello@leahblack.com, and you can buy a tent for $20. And we promise you, we're going to put your name on it that it came from you. We're going to deliver it to the distribution site, and the distribution site's going to get it over to Puerto Rico. And the goal and every effort's made to get it in the interior where they don't have anything, because at this point, only about 14% of the people have electricity, and that's mostly in the big city, the capital of San Juan, because some of the hotels have generators and people have generators. But out in the interior of Puerto Rico, people are literally laying there and dying. Why they don't just drop protein bars with helicopters and stuff, I don't know. I wish I was in charge. I just can't take it anymore. It's so sad. Lisa Ponte tells me yesterday that one of her friend's father died, and they don't even have a funeral home. They have to burn them and bury them out in the middle of nowhere. It is so horrible. And when all that water disappeared, there were tons of dead animals everywhere. Walter Benjamin's starting a pet rescue center down there. If anyone wants to know about that, we can get them the information. It's just so tragic, and we all are really so blessed. I mean, really, even if you just have a roof over your head in today's world, be thankful. So we had fun. I will see you next week, same time. It will be live again with Leah, Facebook Live, Wednesday noons, Eastern Time, better than Saturday Night Live. Bye.